Right, hello, welcome back to another mussel fishing film. What a hectic day it's been today. It should have been really relaxed, to be honest, but for some reason, one of those days where you just keep getting jobs out your ears and everything just takes so much longer. I've been on the phone for HMRC for 4 hours, it's just been one of those. Don't ask about it. We are now finally fishing, so the head is finally clearing, and tonight we are down at Seaford and we are after, if at all possible, some eels. We're not on perfect tides, we've not really got the perfect conditions for it, but you know what, we're just going to give it a go. There might be some Thornback Rays about as well, which would be great if we could catch some of those. Probably going to be some dogfish. All I'm using, guys, is 2 pulley rigs. I've got 2 rods out there, and the only bait I've got is squid, so that's all we're doing, keeping it nice and simple. You're not going to have any lovely panoramic shots, unfortunately. It's just going to be me here talking to you, and if we get a fish, showing you it. I will talk through the rigs, some of the tactics and stuff as we go on. We're at Seaford, as I said. Massive swells down here. They're huge. They're like Chesil Beach, actually. This is kind of like the southeast Chesil Beach, Seaford, so you have got to be very careful. The tide comes in very quick. It's quite a big tide today, so do be careful when you're casting and obviously returning any fish, or hopefully grabbing any fish. Right, I'm going to turn this camera off, keep an eye on my rods, and we'll talk through some of the rigs and some bits and bobs a little bit more later on. But welcome again, and let's see how we get on. Oh. Right, well, first fish of the evening, guys, is a dirty dogfish, as expected. Yeah, fortunately we're going to get a few of these tonight, I think. There he is. Taken that big bit of squid there on the long pulley rig, but it's not a blank at least. Oh, look at that, he's got some lugworm in his mouth. Oh, he's spitting out. Oh, look, got lugworm on me, and I don't know what that is. Bit of crab or something. There you go, we've popped the Limitless Ultra XT hook out there. And there we go. Not very exciting for the first fish, but hey, it's not a blank, is it? Let's get a little photo just for the report and we'll pop it back. Right, so the rigs that we're using this evening are pulley rigs. They're not pennel rigs, they're just single hook pulley rigs, and they're about, I suppose, 5 foot each end. So I'll talk you through from the hook end first, so you can sort of work out the components which go on if you're new. This is obviously the hook end. We've got a Limitless XT 3.0 hook there, Ultra XT hook, very sharp, very good for mixed ground fishing. So you've got 5 foot of that. That goes on to a swivel, as you can see there. And then obviously our other bit of line, it's all 80-pound line. We've got a bead just to protect the knot. We've got our pulley bead, which is there. I've had to tie my leader line onto that today because I didn't have a clip, so hence why that's tied on. Then we've got, oh, there we are, there we go. And we've got another bead, just again to protect the knot on the splashdown clip. Now, I like to use these splashdowns if I can, because what that does, you can see there's a mechanism in there. There we go. And it holds the hook. So when that hits the water, it posses up and it presses a little mechanism inside, which then releases the bait and the hook. What I quite like about those splashdown clips is once it's locked in the down position, you're not going to lose your bait in mid-air or anything, so, which you can do if you decide to use the impact shield on the weight. So those splashdown clips are what I use. I'm going to get myself baited up again. I'm going to try a mackerel bait this time and see if we can get something better than a dogfish. Right, dogfish number 2. Taken again on squid, of course. With that swell running, it really feels like they're big fish, but obviously they're not. But yeah, another dogfish. Right, well, we've had 2 dogfish so far. I'll be honest, it can be quite tricky to see the bites. There's a massive swell coming in here, and the rods are quite sort of I mean, they're quite thick rods. They're perfect rods for this sort of venue and this sort of fishing, you know, for the bigger fish. But yeah, the swell's huge, and it's obviously pulling back on the line. So every so often we're just winding in. Both times we've wound in, we have had a dogfish on. High tide tonight is 9:40. The time now is about 20 to 8, I think. So we've got a couple of hours of flooding tide still. I'm going to really try and fish it a couple of hours up and a couple of hours down. I'm going to try not to get bored, but we'll see. So we've got a bite on this left-hand rod here. Pretty dogfish-like, to be honest. I'm trying to get a few shots in for you to make it a bit more interesting, opposed to me just sitting on the box and talking you through the fish. I can only do what I can do. I'll sometimes feel it and see if I can feel it pulling. I can't really on this occasion, but I'm going to walk down and strike it anyway, so I'll see you in a minute. Well, unfortunately, guys, it is doggy number 3. Tiny little baby this. It's like a little torpedo. Pretty cool, actually. I don't like them, but look at that. Really thin, thin little torpedo-like dogfish. So it's fish number 3. It's not a blank, but we don't really want these, do we? Let's face it. But yeah. So we just baited up with the mackerel bait, and there it is. There it is. And as you can see, the hook is just in that clip in there, and it's locked in, you see. So it can't go anywhere. Even if it goes loose, it can't go anywhere. And when that little disc there hits the water, it will fire up, but it will fire off the bait. So that's why I quite like using that, but let's go cast it out. So that little video I've done there, you can see how big the swell is here. Yeah, it can come up about 30 foot, so you have got to be, you have obviously got to be a bit careful. The left-hand rod here, we haven't checked for a while, so I'm going to bring that one in, put a fresh bait on it, because the bait that I did bring is now defrosted, so I'm going to bring that in, put a new fresh bait on and cast it out. Yeah, it's been a bit tricky this evening with the dogs, but, you know, at least we're not blanking, I suppose, but sometimes I'd rather the bait just stay out there, and it will, you know, it will be out there for as long as it is, and then something big will come along and take it, and you'll actually catch a decent fish, opposed to just dog. It's quite annoying. But I'm sure a lot of you can understand what that's like. Right, let's wind that one in, and we'll have a little look what's on it. If anything. I don't know, I've gone mad today. Well, as you can probably hear, the wind has severely picked up by this point, and we are getting rather fed up with the amount of dogfish we are catching. The baits just are not staying out there for any length of time, and it is starting to get on my nerves. As you can see, this will just pop it out. Yeah, how he thinks he's going to get a whole squid bait in him, I don't know, but unfortunately it's one of them nights. It's dogfish number 5. Once upon a time I would have been very happy with that. Probably only about 3 years ago, to be fair, from the beach. I would have been pretty happy, but not so much now. Well, guys, it's been one of them evenings, unfortunately. Dogfish number 6. Yeah, what can I say? It has been dog city out there, it seems. But going to give it one more cast, give it 10 more minutes, and then I think I'm going to go back to my humble abode and yeah, sit with my dogs for the rest of the evening and eat some beef, I think. But yeah, another dogfish. It's a little bit bigger that time, but I'm sure you've seen plenty of those in your time beat fishing, so we won't give him too much credit, but there we go. Another dogfish. That is the reality of shore fishing here. Sometimes it is what it is. Right, so we've packed away now. You can call me lazy. I didn't fish the ebb. We only fished up to the flood, and yeah, I'm ready to go back home. Look, the video's going to go up. If you got to this far, thank you very much. Look, it's shore fishing, guys. Sometimes this is what happens. You get loads of targets which you're not after. Well, they're not targets because we weren't after them, but I think we had 6 or 7 dogfish in the end. It is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video regardless, and yeah, have a great week. Cheers.